Yeah, Rob's going to bring some stability, I think, especially with the ball handling, the offence. And on the defensive side of things, he's a guy that can pick up full court, defend multiple positions. I think it's the right time for him in his career, as well as the type of piece that we're looking to fill in the roster. We're excited to get him here.
So it's his first time playing down here in Australia. What was the pitch to bring him down?
Really just what the role is. He's got a pretty good understanding of the NBL. I think that's probably what the NBL has done a good job of the last couple of years, is getting themselves out to the rest of the world. And so it's not too often that you don't speak to a player or an agent that doesn't know a thing or two, or a player that's down here. He's familiar with some of the guys that have played here before, so he did his research on us, like we did our research on him. And I think it's just the idea of the role and how his game can transfer and translate here, and the success he can have.
Character-wise, obviously he's got a lot of experience in the G League. Expecting him to be a bit of a leader around the group. Yeah, it was one of the first things that we did, especially with the character references. He got glowing references at OKC in Wisconsin, and that was a big thing that we wanted to make sure that the type of character we're bringing in is going to be complementary and suit to the guys that we already have. You think he's going to line up well with Taron and the guys who've already got?
Yeah, definitely. He's more off the ball. His best basketball is off the ball. So to get him at the back end of offense or opportunistic scoring is key. But also knowing that if we find ourselves in a bit of foul trouble, or even in a situation where if we do lose Taron to a NBA call-up, he ticks a few boxes just for us to be able to have another guy that can bring the ball down and set the offense.
If Taron does get that call up, will he potentially become the primary ball handler, or is he pretty much going to be secondary?
No. So his role will remain the same, and this is why we're able to go early on him. What we'll do is the import wing will become the import guard. The cool thing about Rob, and similar to some of the guards that we've had in the past, is the ability to be able to defend multiple positions. He's a big 6'5", and he can pick up full court, but also being able to defend the wings and even potentially some smaller ball 4-men. Was also the appeal to getting him in now, knowing that we can pretty much plug and play him in any position.
His nickname's Microwave. Is he potentially going to be a closer in the fourth quarter?
Potentially, yes. He's a team-first guy, and this is also part why that nickname came about, was he came off the bench and provided immediate offense. For us, the expectation is he's going to start and provide immediate offense. And so he's not one-dimensional either in a sense of the scoring. The big piece was, watching him pick up full court multiple times, throughout his G League career. So he'll take some of the tough defensive assignments for us as well. He's going to be a little bit more than just scoring punch. He's going to provide, I think, more of an all-round game.
Was conversations already well underway before his time in Germany, or was that a bit of a, push you guys to sign him even more with his time in Germany?
We kept tabs on him. So I think about my first year here in Cairns, and he was on my shortlist then. We were looking for that, combo type wing with a defensive mindset. Obviously, Taj provided 3 very serviceable years for us, and so at the time for Rob, he was straight out of college and pursuing MBA, and it was also a quirky year as well with COVID and everything else, and so he's now 27, and his best basketball was pretty much in what's going to be in the next couple of years, so we want to capitalise on that. We have a spot available, and he has ambition, and it's a match made in heaven.
Announcement from the NBL today, the Hoots Fest concept in Perth. What's your opinion on that concept?
Yeah, good. It's good getting everyone together. I'm just glad we don't have to play Perth in a neutral venue. So it's that was the first thing I looked for. We don't have to play those guys in their home state. But cool concept, and getting not just the NBL, but obviously the WNBL and the under-18s and everything else, sort of all under one roof, is pretty cool.
And obviously good to have season start date locked in. What's the next few weeks look like for you guys with a few more spots to fill?
We'll be treading water. So now we're pretty good in a sense of where we're at with our roster. The next piece to fall, domino to fall, will be the status of Taron. If we know once we get confirmation whether we have Taron, or if Taron gets the NBA call-up, that will sort of then lead into what the final 3 positions look like. We're looking at having an invite with some guys throughout the whole country on June 18th as like an open trial, a run, which is still in the infancy stages of planning. But we connected with a few agents to sort of see those guys and what their plans are, and the idea of being able to get some people here that obviously want to capitalise on an opportunity, it's pretty important. So, but again, the first real big domino to fall, which will dictate everything else, will be the status of Taron.
When roughly will that be?
Don't know, but he's been great in communication in terms of keeping us posted and updated. He's got pro days, he's got team workouts, the whole draft process. The actual draft itself is until the end of June, so we don't anticipate anything in the immediate short term. It'll probably be more like a June, July type timeline.
Just two questions on Roy. You lost Taj and Bull. Is Roy potentially going to be... Rob, sorry.
Rob.
Is he potentially going to be your defensive leader?
I wouldn't say defensive leader, but he's going to supply that defensive mindset that the other four on the court are. It's the scheme that we want to play with is, the ability to be able to switch and have multiple different coverages, especially in the pick and roll. His ability to be able to dog the ball, navigate screens, as well as defend multiple positions is key. So, I don't want to put any type of burden or pressure on him that he's going to lead the charge, because I think we've got a couple of guys that have the same type of enthusiasm for the defence as Rob does. He is a complementary piece that's going to contribute to everybody else, and so he fits the mould of the type of wing combo guards that I like. So you sort of know what I'm getting.
Yeah. And was his age a factor at all? Like, you had quite a young team last season. Was there a bit of a point of focus to get a bit more experienced, mature player?
It's definitely not always a point of focus, but it is kind of cool. Like P3 did a study, obviously, to talk about when guys peak, and the general consensus is it's 27. So we feel like in Rob's case, the stability that we can provide for what his next 9 months is going to look like, in return we're going to capitalise on his best basketball. So it's definitely a factor, but man, 27 is still pretty young. It feels like a lifetime ago for me. So.